get the timer rolling. That way we're actually on time and not spending 55 minutes talking about an Infinity War. Yeah. Well.
That might still happen.
That's fine. So, Trevor, what happened?
It sucked.
We were right. Oh, it turns out.
It sucked. No.
We both.
Yeah, I liked it. It was enjoyable.
I always say enjoyable is probably the right word for it.
Will it blow your mind? No. No.
No, not really. So, real fast, without spoilers, that way we have it out of the way. What did you think of the film?
It was enjoyable.
It was enjoyable.
It was enjoyable, if a little bland. Just a little bit.
Yeah. And I'll say mine without spoilers. The movie was good. Definitely a popcorn movie that you want to watch during the summer with your friends. Mm-hmm.
Especially the ending.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing to write home about the movie.
Think of it as Ready Player One for Star Wars.
Maybe not that generic and boring.
Yeah, maybe
but
not
still
that.
Not like it's not The Last Jedi. Now that Ethan's here, we can both talk about how much we love The Last Jedi.
I know.
Finally, Ethan's chains have left our bodies.
Where is Ethan? Who is Ethan?
We killed him. I'll do you one better. Why is Ethan?
And cue clip of what he thought.
Let's cut to a clip. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. It's no Rogue One for me. I like Rogue One. I enjoy watching it, but when I get down to Rogue One, I'm like, it's nothing special. And that's the same thing with me for this one. I enjoy it. I like the movie well enough. I haven't watched any critical things about it, like, this is what's wrong with the film, and the plot's this way, and the story's this way, and the only complaint that I've really heard from somewhat professionals is that the cinematography is generic. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not the best.
Yeah, I can see that. I want to say one quick thing about just another YouTube video you should watch, honestly, about like a review.
Oh, yeah.
A review for this.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Did I send you the link?
Was it the one where it was like multiple choice? Like,
yes.
You like this part, you dislike that part? I'll link that in the description of this video.
Yes. His name is Jeremy Johns. He's kind of a big...
He's kind of a big deal.
No, I wasn't going to say that. He's like mid-level...
Deal?
That's not what I'm trying to say. He's like a mid-level reviewer. I don't want to say like he's not in the millions, I don't think. But he's not in like the low thousands either.
Yeah.
He's good mid, like a peanut butter gamer kind of person.
Yeah.
Which he might actually be in the millions now. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. But I enjoyed that. I didn't get all the way through it because I was like, I understand the premise.
But it was
it's still really good.
It was so funny because he would be like, "Did you hate this aspect? Did you like this aspect? Choose a
click
link.
on the one that you want." Yeah,
choose a link.
You don't see that anymore.
Do what?
You don't see videos like that anymore.
Oh, I know.
They were really big on YouTube for like a long time. Like that multiple choice things. I remember one of them was like the biggest one ever.
I think it's funny because like he said, this is the only review that will be loved by everyone, by the entire populace. I loved it. It was so good.
It was really funny. There was a YouTube video. I don't know if
might I say it involves spoilers. So
yeah, no, it definitely does. All right, let's get into spoilers.
Okay, spoiler talk.
How about? I guess let's just start the movie with like. Well, let's just start it off with like the beginning plot. The opening is good.
Yeah.
I didn't find any problem with the opening. I thought it was.
It was good, except for one aspect.
We'll say that here in just.
Okay.
We'll say it here in just a second. I thought that having a chase scene opening, you really can't go wrong with those. You can do them poorly, you can do them badly, but it's still like a good way to start a movie, even if you have a bad one like that James Bond movie. I don't know if that was the opening or not. The most recent one.
I'm not sure. Oh, I haven't seen the most recent one.
Whichever one it was. I don't know if it was the opening or not. But having your opening as like an action thing is usually a good way to go.
Just starts off with a bang.
Yeah, they did that with The Last Jedi, and The Last Jedi was really good. I really enjoyed it. And then they did it with Solo, a Star Wars story, and I enjoyed it. I was like, all right, cool. The movie starts with momentum.
That they did that with Avengers: Infinity War.
They did with Infinity War, yeah.
They didn't do that with Deadpool? Kind of. They started it off with an explosion.
Oh yeah.
But they didn't really.
Good.
Not really a fight scene.
Deadpool, the first one, 2014 Deadpool. They did an action opening, right?
I'm trying to.
Was
think
the highway
how it
chase?
started.
Was like the very first thing. I don't know. Either way.
Yeah. It started with the opening credits of like everything in slow motion, and then it goes backwards to him in the taxi on his way to that fight.
Okay.
So in a way,
I think like the opening, what is considered to be an opening is before the opening title is shown.
Oh,
and how was the opening title for this one shown? Like it was just shown after.
It was during the chase scene.
No, wasn't it like right before the chase scene? Like they got it done immediately because they did like the opening credits, the opening music. They said a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. No one cheered in our theater. It's fine.
We're in the middle of nowhere. If we went to Cookville, there would have been claps.
There might have been.
I remember going to the one in Cookville for
The Last Jedi.
For many, well, not for many, but for a few Star Wars.
Yeah.
The few that have been released recently, because I am not old enough to have been at the others. But yeah, I remember The Force Awakens.
That was wild.
Yes.
I don't think we will ever live through something like that again.
It's almost like the Phantom Menace again.
It is. It really is.
The only way that this will happen is if we're 40 or 50 and like after this trilogy and they stop.
Oh, they're not going to. I wish they would.
I don't know.
I wish they would just like take a break again.
Take a break. 5 years. 5-year break.
I thought that's fine, yeah, because the last Star Wars was 2005's Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
And then they did the Clone Wars 2008. 2000.
We don't count that one.
I love the Clone Wars. I love the animated series.
I love the animated series. The movie is just another episode.
It's just okay.
It's just another episode.
It's like an hour and 10 minutes of just it's just. Okay.
I think they just took like 2 or 3 episodes and just.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. But an actual anthology film. What is that one called? Yeah.
Well, they're called Star Wars stories.
No, the trilogies. What are the trilogies called?
They're just the sagas.
Okay, that's what it is.
Saga films.
Saga films. An actual saga film. Yeah. People
go nuts.
It was crazy. Yeah, people went crazier for The Last Jedi, though, I feel like.
Oh, I definitely did. Do you remember when we went to go see it at
totally.
IMAX?
I have it saved in my Snapchat.
I think people clapped at The Last Jedi.
They totally did.
Yeah.
That one, I feel like that one was like bigger clap and applause wise because people were like waiting for that one more because they didn't know they wanted a new Star Wars until they saw The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. It's up in the air. Either way, let's get back to talking about Han Solo.
Yeah. So it starts out,
and then it shows like the city or whatever. It goes over mountains and then goes down to the city, and then it shows Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah, kind of like
gets that out of the way.
Yeah, which I feel like that's anticlimactic. They should have
saved. Kind of cheaty. Yeah,
they should have saved the.
They should have saved it for whenever.
He got his name.
Yeah,
which I would have forgiven it if it did this. Hold on, let me. Yell about this. I hate how he got his name. It's so stupid. But it would have been redeemed just a little bit if he's like, last name, and he's like, I'm alone, or like, what's your people's name? And he's like, I'm alone.
Who are your
and
people?
He's like, Han Solo. Like that's stupid.
That
stupid.
is. I'll agree. That's stupid.
If they could have redeem themselves just a little bit if he just went Han, fade to black, and then Solo pops up. That would have been
it's
a
almost
little
as
bit
if
better.
It's almost as if we can write movies better than the writers can.
No,
it's
I'm
almost
not
as
saying
if,
that.
It's almost as if me and you being the directors instead of Lord Miller and then Ron Howard, it's almost as if we would have made a better film.
I really wish Lord Miller stayed on.
I wish we got 2 films. We got 2 solo Star Wars stories, and one was the Lord Miller one, and the other one was
and then we get to pick which one is canon. And then we split the canon up again. There's A canon and B canon now.
Well, if we have 2 canons, we need to have a third canon that's like just not. It's just extended universe stuff. We're gonna have a C canon and a D canon and an E canon and an F canon.
Yes.
You know what? Every letter.
We're back to square one. We're back before Disney bought it.
I feel like Disney wanted to not do this, which is why they said everything else are now releasing their own comic books, which are good.
Yes,
books are good.
The TV shows are good as well.
But yeah, I feel like they could have done that better.
Yeah,
I'm not really too up in the air or too upset about it. I just think, that's dumb. Yeah.
What did you think about the love interest? I can't even think of her name.
Oh, Amelia Clark's character.
Mm-hmm.
Rose Tico. What's her name? What's her name?
Rose, the other Rose. There are 2 Roses in the Star Wars universe now.
Hold on. Okay, Google. Who is Amelia Clark's character in Solo, a Star Wars story?
The characters in Solo, a Star Wars story, include
Kira.
Okay.
Didn't remember.
Kira.
It's almost as if she wasn't that good of a character.
She was just a piece of booty for Han to pine over.
Yeah, exactly.
And to screw him over. So.
Yeah. What about that Darth Maul appearance?
I feel like this movie was set up just for that cameo.
I have to agree.
Even though, like, some people are saying that it was thrown in at the last minute because they didn't know which or who they wanted to cameo in there or who they wanted to be the leader of. Was it Red Sun or something?
I think so, yeah.
Or something like that, like the Mafia, basically. Mm-hmm. They didn't know who wanted to be in charge, if they wanted Jabba or, like, somehow Darth Vader to somehow have a hand in this. And him make a cameo.
I'm glad they didn't do Darth Vader, because if they did that, it would have undermined him using bounty hunters in Empire.
It would have been weird.
Because, like, the reason that they use bounty hunters in Empire is because, like,
the
Empire's hands are tied. They're desperate. They can't catch up with Solo. Or no, they're going after Luke, aren't they?
Yeah, they're going after
Luke, and they wanted to test the thing on Han Solo.
They're also, I think they were just trying to find the
rebels, the rebel
scum.
leaders. So I feel like it would have undermined that if they used Darth Vader. I feel like it would have been like, oh, that's stupid. But like, so
plot twist.
Are they showing Darth Maul so they can set up the next one? And is Kira going to be a part of that also? Or is it just like one of the connections that Darth Maul knows? I was thinking it's going to be like Darth Maul's in the next one, in like the Obi-Wan film or Boba Fett or whatever.
Yeah, it's Boba Fett next, which I'm excited for just because of the director. I love
who's the director?
James Mangold.
The
guy who directed Logan.
Oh, so yeah. Logan was great.
Super excited. If Disney can just like back off like they should have done with Lord and Miller.
Yeah.
If they can hold their tongue for just a bit, just to see what another person can do with their characters.
They're not going to do that. They hold their properties tight.
They do that really well with Marvel. Although, let me rephrase
we're 18
that.
Films into the new Marvel.
Let me rephrase that, though. Marvel Studios is good about that.
Yes.
Lucasfilm is the one that's not so good.
That's
with,
where they're
keeping
lacking.
Their hands off.
Yeah.
So it's not really Disney. Disney's just giving them money, like, make us money. Keep making us money.
Yeah. They're holding their property really, really tight now.
Yeah.
Whereas Marvel is proven, and they're just like, doing whatever with Marvel. The Marvel Studios is set up for the next 15 years. They know what they're going to do.
They keep continuity and
pretty well, yeah.
Characters loose.
Yeah.
So other people can come in and make their own thing. That's why Ant-Man was a heist movie, and Thor Ragnarok was the best Marvel movie.
Tie with Black Panther. Oh, man, I still really love Black Panther. Thor Ragnarok is extremely good, and it's Ethan's new favorite also.
Yeah, it is really good. But back to Solo.
Back to Solo.
We keep getting off track.
That's fine. So Han Solo got his name by an Imperial enlister.
So why did he keep it whenever he defected?
And when he also had a son, whose name is Ben Solo. You know?
Makes no sense.
It's not.
It makes no sense.
See, I would rather have it been like he goes up to the Guardians like. It is also like a really funny thing that he says to the guy, like he's trying to get away from, like the Imperials that he's trying to get away from. Kinda that he's like going to enlist with them, and he wants to get back here back to the planet as soon as possible.
He's not trying to escape from them. He's trying to escape from the mobsters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the Imperial guards were like just there to.
They're there because
for security purposes.
I didn't mean to.
Yes, okay.
That. They have a hole on that certain planet. What is it? What's the planet's name? I don't know. Not Kashyyyk.
I don't care.
Not Tatooine.
No, is it Corellia?
Maybe.
I think it's Corellia.
I know that the Falcon. The Falcon. No, the Falcon is a Corellian
YT cruiser.
Yeah, a Corellian YT cruiser.
We're a bunch of nerds, dude. So he was, I guess, so he's getting away from those mob people. The weird
people. Worm woman. that died because of the sun.
Who makes their base out of glass if you're allergic to the sun?
I don't know if she made it. I think it was just a convenient window.
It might have just been convenient window. Buy yours now. it might have been like red barrels in video games. Convenient explosive barrel. Buy yours today.
Yes,
it might have just been that.
Convenient little hole in the Death Star that can be easily blown up.
That they've spent
by a farm boy.
By some farm boy with his blaster pistol.
He practiced though, okay? He practiced.
No, we needed a movie to explain why there's a hole in the Death Star. A 7-minute part, or no, like a 20-minute part to a film made in 1977. We need a movie explaining that. We need a whole 2-hour-long film explaining that. Whatever. Anyway,
all of a sudden,
this movie's length wasn't really a problem for me though.
No, it was decent. It kind of dragged in some places, but
it definitely dragged in some places. Yeah,
but not like to a point where it's like, oh, hurry up. No, it's like, okay, didn't need that, but then it picks like right back up.
Yeah. Did you notice any big? So one of the things that I was concerned about was like noticing reshoots. I didn't notice any reshoots.
I didn't either, but probably because I wasn't looking for any now.
Yeah. There was like maybe one or two, obviously the Darth Maul thing, that like we may have been a reshoot or something.
Yeah. As long as it's not Fanforstic obvious.
Oh Lord. Don't even.
One scene she's wearing a wig, the other one she's not. Make up your mind.
I don't remember seeing anything that like, oh, that's obviously a reshoot. Although they said that like they were 85% done with the film, had to redo all that.
Yeah, that's not always a bad thing though, because Back to the Future did it.
Yeah, I also feel like the intro with the car chase scene is like, it definitely tonally it does not match with what happens after that. Where like car chase is done, car chase is over, and then he goes up to this worm princess lady or whatever, and is like just real goofy. And he's like, I have a thermal. Now that was funny. I have a thermal detonator. That's just a rock. You're just making noise with your mouth or whatever they say, and then he throws it.
That was kind of funny.
That's funny and goofy.
Yeah, that's fun. I could see a young Han Solo doing something like that.
Yeah,
trying to
being a scoundrel, getting out of a situation.
He's trying to get out of a situation, but he's just not
selling it.
No, he's not as good at it as he is later. Like
I never made a deal with Kanji Club.
That is just metaphoric stones. When he was a child, he threw regular stones.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh man.
Tell that to Concha Club.
I never made a deal with Concha Club.
Tell that to Concha Club.
But I feel like what happens after that is like they go, like they're super serious after that.
Yeah.
Where it's like they go from being goofy and jovial and like, we have to get off the planet right now. I love you so much. Or like, and then
It feels like a 50s movie.
it does. Okay, it really does, because they're both there. They're like, hey, here's a really expensive whatever the heck this thing is, fuel cells or whatever, if you let us go through. And she's like,
It's a kyber crystal.
you can make lightsabers with this.
Wink, 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 wink. Sorry.
And then he hands her that, and then the woman, Kira, gets grabbed, and like the woman slams the button and it closes the gates, and then like they're screaming for each other and trying to grab each other's hands. Cut to 5 minutes before that, where he's holding a rock and acting like it's a thermal detonator. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't match tonally. I definitely feel like there's a few tonal issues with that. I definitely feel them.
The thing is, though, I don't want to say that differing tones is a bad thing, because we just saw a movie recently that juggles two tones almost perfectly, in my opinion.
Which one was it?
Deadpool 2.
Yeah, see, that's done perfectly.
It juggles the serious with the lighthearted humor so perfectly. And the same thing with Infinity War.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it, honestly.
Yeah.
But
they do it well.
Solo did not do it as well.
It definitely did not. Because after they do that, and then they go to like Rogue One style war scenes or whatever, which in our theater it wasn't really that bad of an issue. Like, we could tell what was happening. It wasn't like crazy dark and we couldn't tell what was going on.
Yeah.
But people apparently were complaining about how dark the movie is. Like, you can't see anything. So it must be like an older theater thing.
Maybe.
Now,
they might have kind of brightened it up for our...
That's what I was thinking. Because someone brought it up and I was like, oh, there wasn't scenes where I couldn't really see what was happening. Like, at all. Oh, no, Taco Bell's coming back. Oh, I'm not going to make it, boys. But I definitely think that the cinematography is generic, like Rogue One. Mm-hmm. It's boring and nothing stands out. I hope the other anthology films are beautifully shot and have a cinematographer that knows what colors are and doesn't pick from the same... This was a sad Star Wars movie. I'll use the same 4 colors. Gray, brown, black, and another black. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one. I'm fine with it, but when they use it every 20 minutes, or they use it every 10 minutes when something happens, don't.
Yeah, I know.
Don't, dude, stop.
The best part about John Williams' score in Star Wars movies is that the themes play whenever the themes are needed to be played.
They're
like you
called,
hear the bum,
they're called leitmotifs.
Bum, 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 bum,
I will link a video to...
That's whenever... Like
it's a character moment.
It's
it
a
happens when
character
something
moment.
sad happens, or when a character moment happens, or whatever.
That's almost Luke's theme, okay? The dun,
Luke's...
dun, 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 dun. Like, that's almost Luke's
so stupid.
Luke's character theme, and when it shows up in Solo, it's off-putting. Now, they did use Duel of the Fates, right? But we'll get into that later.
Exactly, yeah. But they're called leitmotifs, and they're used for a character. It's that character's song. I'll link a video in the description of this video that talks about leitmotifs and how to use it correctly. See, you know what that is as soon as you hear it. You're like, oh, that's when Darth Maul showed up. It's almost as if John Williams knows what he's doing. That's one thing that I feel like The Last Jedi did kind of overdone.
I don't know.
It's like the music score, because they played that same part like a bunch. Like over and over and over and over and over.
Probably because Luke's a big deal, though. You know.
But they did it for Kylo Ren and.
Okay, yeah.
I was gonna say Lana Del Rey. They did it for Rey and Ben. They did it.
Let me just say though, like the best new motif for a character. Is definitely Rey's the da 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 da.
I love Rey's theme, but they need to use Rey's theme when it's Rey's theme.
I know, it's so good. It's so soft and
Disney
delicate,
needs to get their
but
leitmotifs
yet
down.
it's so soft and delicate as she appears, but then it's like very interesting and like very whimsical, like like how she feels.
Yeah, how she is as a character.
Yes.
They just need to get their leitmotifs down. That's probably my biggest complaint with Star Wars movies now. Because they even did that with like the Rogue One trailer or whatever.
Yeah, the Rogue One. Well, it really doesn't help that John Williams didn't do the scores for.
No,
these
I will have
other
to say,
movies.
Rogue One, the actual movie score was very, very well done.
Yeah,
that's probably the best
it
part. It
didn't
of the film.
need the whimsical John Williams score because
No.
it was it was kind of
cut to that
nitty-gritty.
part of the hallway scene when Darth Vader is kicking butt. Yeah, I love it. It's so good. Oh, now that's how you do music.
Was there music? I thought it was just like silent because that would have been great silent.
No, because it was like, and then he turns on his lightsaber, and like the music goes, remember?
Oh yeah,
it's really good.
Although, let's be honest,
I'm getting chilly.
a silent version of that scene would have been just as neat because that's like letting the horror sink in almost.
Yeah, it can be good.
Because I recently, I don't know why, I didn't know what clip. I was watching a YouTube video. I didn't know what clip that they were showing for a second. It was just like black, and I zoomed in. The guy was talking, so there was like no music, and then all of a sudden the red lightsaber saber like ignited, and I'm like, whoa, oh, it's this scene. See. Now that would have been cool if there was like no breathing and you just saw the light.
Yeah,
although
that's how you do
the
a really
breathing
good
just
innocent.
kind of it emphasized like
the aesthetic.
Yeah, it adds to the aesthetic. It's kind of like you hear the alien.
Oh yeah.
The
hissing,
the clicking,
the clicking and hissing of the alien.
Yeah, and then it like reveals itself. Like,
yeah. So that's how you do that.
Mm-hmm.
There's none of that in Solo.
There's this thing called subtlety.
Are you two leaving?
It does not do subtlety.
Are you going to go on the front porch so you can talk at regular volume?
There is no such thing as subtlety in this movie.
No, not really.
Not even a death scene. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell.
No, they killed the robot. K2SO. What's the robot's name? L35.
I don't know, the LGBTQ robot or
the SJW robot.
Yeah, the SJW robot. I didn't mean to confuse the LGBT, but she was into humans, so
yeah. Did you feel like Lando Calrissian was pansexual in this?
I did not. Whenever he was sad over the loss of
his robot lady,
his robot friend, it felt more like maybe if Luke lost R2. That's what it felt like.
That's what it felt like. Yeah, but I definitely was like, oh, he robot. Is that what happens?
I mean, we're getting to that point, fellas.
I'm all for robot rights. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. But for real, like, I don't care that Lando's pansexual.
Who cares?
I don't care.
It makes
Not
sense.
in terms of like character or anything. I don't care because it wasn't very well explained in the movie. I did not get that.
I do feel like
I learned very much later on after the movie in an interview. They're like, "Oh yeah, Lando's pansexual." I'm
well,
like,
no, someone asked an interviewer asks like one of the writers or whoever it is, like, do you feel like Lando could be pansexual? And he's like, yeah, sure, why not?
Now,
Why
I
not?
thought they confirmed it like, yeah, it's in the movie. And I'm like,
No,
that little scene of him
someone
just like,
someone asks, and he's like, sure, that makes sense. He's Lando Calrissian, baby.
he'll f*** anything that moves.
I mean, this
isn't on radio, is it?
No.
Okay.
Although let's not do anything else because I want to do the least amount of censor editing as possible. I want to save me the effort. We both have done one. That's our PG-13 rating.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I didn't know that you were doing that. I was just like,
That's fine.
I was thinking that would be the perfect time to come in with an F-bomb.
Oh, I've already used one up, baby.
BB.
And since I'm pansexual, me and you were gonna have sex with robots.
at the
this
same
one.
time.
What else should we bring up in the film besides the Darth Maul cameo?
There's not
Which
really
I feel like
much.
that one was
There's
definitely
not really
last minute.
much to bring up. Honestly,
They have. I thought the way they got the way Han got the Millennium Falcon, they definitely did the old bait and switch with the very beginning card game.
Yeah.
And him losing. Now that was funny because Lando
Yeah.
cheated.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, he's a swindler. He's a cheater. This man cheats at cards. And then at the very end, he took Han's cheat card, or took
Lando's cheat card.
Lando's cheat card. Han
and
has
he-
it.
And
then
Han
he wins
said,
the fight.
"I bet you wish you had this card."
Yeah.
And, like threw it
Yeah.
away or whatever.
I thought that was good.
That was good, but at the same time, I really wish Han cheated because that would have set him up to be just this asshole.
Yeah, just this man that like cheats and gets what he wants.
Yes,
Yeah.
because that's what I want in Solo. Before Luke.
Well, he's not really that way. People forget how he is in A New Hope. He's not like just this cheater that just does whatever. He's not this ruthless, cold-hearted character.
No, I'm not saying cold-hearted. He's just like
this lighthearted.
I want this ship. I'm gonna cheat to get it. Like that. I feel like he would do that.
Maybe
That's
he
the
didn't
thing.
have to though because he noticed that Lando had one extra. Yeah, he had a Bartok up his sleeve.
Yes,
As they whatever the stupid cards.
I realized that Lando cheated.
That
but
makes sense for Lando to cheat because
I think it makes sense for both of them to cheat. Honestly,
I do love that like they do keep the canon thing of like, hey, you lost her to me fair and square in Empire. I thought that they funny.
see,
that
no,
they keep
I
that canon.
think that wouldn't have dealt with canon at all because Han would still want it. He'd lie to keep the Millennium Falcon.
Maybe.
I mean,
I'm kind of interested to see how he
kind of stole. He kind of stole it back from. Who is it? Decane. He stole it back from Decane in a way. I mean, I guess
yeah.
Ray and Finn stole it, but
And then they get like, hey, this is my ship. I'm Han Solo.
Han Solo.
The greatest smuggler in the galaxy, whatever she says.
Yeah, you're the greatest smuggler in the galaxy, and then like
You're a washed up old man who crashes airplanes on the weekend.
oh, oh no.
Oh.
Speaking of crashing airplanes and like breaking bones and stuff, did you hear the funniest thing I've heard? I don't know if this is true. I think it's a rumor, but I love this rumor because of how ironic it is. Jeremy Renner broke his arms, both of his arms, while filming Tag, the new rated R movie coming out.
That sucks if you did.
I know, but the irony is, in Avengers, he kind of needs both arms. Whoop, boo.
I can't
guys,
use arms.
like that's
I'll
one
bet.
way
Yeah.
to.
Did you see
defeat
that
Hawkeye.
promotional art thing?
The what?
That promotional poster, that rumored promotional poster for Avengers 4?
I did not.
I'll listen to you. It's really interesting. Hulk has the suit.
Like, what is it, Mr. Fix-It suit?
Maybe I don't know. I don't know what Mr. Fix-It suit is.
Back in the kind of the late '60s, early '70s, he turned into Gray Hulk and became like a bouncer in Las Vegas called Mr. Fix-It.
I hate comic books.
No, I love it. It's the best part about the Hulk, honestly, because Spider-Man like runs into him a bit. He's not a villain. He's just kind of like in Las Vegas hanging out as a bouncer, and I love it.
That's so stupid.
And Spider-Man
now
like
that would be a
runs
good movie.
into him.
Runs
into Mr. Fix-It a lot. He does.
Let's wrap up the solo discussion. The bingo card. Let's throw up the bingo card. Completed. Crazy how that works. How editing works, doesn't it?
I know.
Isn't it? So we got nine of them right.
Did we get a bingo?
We did not get a bingo.
Okay.
As they say in America, we got a bingo. That old Inglourious Basterds reference. Is that how you say it?
As
got a bingo?
Impractical Jokers would over and over say, bingo!
Oh, I remember
Bingo!
that. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, and the old people got mad.
Old people take the bingo seriously, my man.
Yeah, they
They'll
did.
beat you up. They will kill
They
you.
were applauding whenever they kicked him out. Which one was it, Sal?
I think so. I don't like watching stuff like that because it makes me uncomfortable. But I watched that one and it was so funny.
No, I love that show because it makes me
I
uncomfortable.
hate it because it makes me uncomfortable. I don't like being uncomfortable.
See, it's different,
On purpose.
kind of uncomfortable. It's like, oh, come on.
Jabba the Hutt appearance. We said yeah.
It did
Gold
not.
Dice Origin said yeah. Or no, we did not say Boba Fett, Greedo, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan. No.
We talked
C-3PO.
Greedo's species.
Rhodians. C-3PO, R2-D2 cameo. We didn't really see them. Emilia Clarke is a spy. Yes.
Yes.
Called that one mile away. Gold Dice Origin.
Didn't you think that she would be an Imperial spy though, or a Rebel spy?
It just says on here Emilia Clarke is some spy.
Okay.
I didn't want to specify for that reason. Gold Dice Origin, yes. Famous Kessel Run, yes. Chewbacca tears arms off, yes.
I gotta do something real quick.
Okay. Carbonite joke, none. Infamous Jabba deal, yes. Woody is original vest owner, no. He can't understand Chewie. Han can't understand Chewie. No, he did. I took a class in high school or whatever.
Thor.
Yeah. DL-44 blaster, knew that one. Child Han flashback, no. Giant asteroid space form. I should have just said giant space monster. Someone has a bad feeling, and the spy finds a Quetzal. So we got 7, right? I don't know, either way. I thought the way that the end of the film was good because I was hoping that they would not do the thing that everyone thought they would do.
Yeah.
I'm very glad
kinda
they did
leaves
not
it
do
open. Hopefully, in the Boba Fett movie. Oh, hold on. Let me get closer.
Yes, please do so.
Hopefully in the Boba Fett movie, they let James Mangold do his thing and like if he wants to include Darth Maul in like a bigger way than this movie did. Honestly, I kind of wish they didn't do Force users, but at the same time,
We have not had a Star Wars movie without a lightsaber. Fact. Every Star Wars movie has had a lightsaber in it.
I was about to say Rogue One, but then I just remembered
Vader.
Darth Vader. Yeah.
And then Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and now this one. Will
Although
we ever
the-
get a Star Wars movie without a lightsaber in it?
Hopefully.
We were getting close. I was getting excited
let's-
for it.
Let's have our fingers crossed for Ryan Johnson's trilogy that might not have anything to do with Jedi, please.
Let's get something different.
Ba-doop.
Sunset happened at 7:56. That's what that is.
Okay. So you want to finish up your thoughts on the movie?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a good popcorn film. I recommend you go watch it with a group of friends, and then you talk about it afterwards, like what we're doing here. And you make fun of it.
Yeah.
You make fun of it.
It is a fun movie.
You see it one time, you buy it in your Blu-ray collection, and leave it, and never watch it again.
Yeah.
That's what the movie is. It's not a Force Awakens. It's not a Last Jedi. It's not an Empire Strikes Back. Where you're like, it's really good. I really like it. People don't really like it, but I'm super into it. I'm going to watch it a million times. Solo, a Star Wars story is not that.
It is not.
Yeah, I thought the film was overall good. Nothing really stands out. The action's good. It's Hollywood. It's a blockbuster action. The cinematography, I would say, needs to be in all these darn Star Wars films better. Please make them not dark anymore.
Yes.
Please.
Because we
can't
dealing
see
with
what's happening.
space wizards.
Yeah.
So to finish off my thoughts, I told you about this already. I want to bring up an anime. Go ahead, call me a weeb. Called it's on Netflix.
I'll throw up an image of the Netflix thing.
Yeah, Retsuko I think is what it's called, but no, Agretsuko. Retsuko is the main character's name. Agretsuko is the name of the anime because aggressive Asuko.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Japan's wordplay is like top tier.
It is. And I love this anime. It's made by the people that did Hello Kitty. But it's got a weird Office twist almost. Like, it's for adults in the way that, like, The Office is for adults. It's got, like, work environment jokes and stuff like that. And, oh my goodness, it's so relatable. But there's a scene in the first and only season right now, but hopefully second.
Oh, hopefully second season, please. I hate when animes are one-offs. Hate it.
Yes, I hate it too. Hopefully it continues because it's so much fun. But so in this certain episode arc, Retsuko is she's trying to find a man and goes to a singles night at her office, which is accounting, by the way. But she finds she's a red panda. She finds another red panda, a male red panda that I forget what office he works at for the company,
what
but
department he's in or whatever.
Yeah, I forget what department he's in, but he works in a different department. So he kind of like stays to himself and stares blankly and daydreams to himself. Like the entire time he has like this blank face, which is so funny because she's like falling head over heels for him.
and he's just like dead.
And he's just bland. Like they text during this thing, this little singles night, because he can't talk very loud because he's very monotone,
very soft, very soft spoken.
Yes. But anyways, like she falls head over heels for him basically because he's super nice to her whenever she gets drunk.
Oh, I know where you're going with this then.
Yeah. He's super nice and helps her whenever she gets drunk and throws up in the bathroom and passes out. Because this is the Hello Kitty with alcohol. That's the show, and I love it. Anyways, it shows them like kind of her just basically saying, "Oh, he's so good to me. He's so loving and stuff." When really he's just really bland and does what he wants.
Yeah.
And she just keeps just giving him chances and stuff.
Yeah, just being like super nice to him and like, well, he's a good guy.
Yeah,
whenever someone's like,
and
he doesn't
he's
talk
not,
or doesn't do anything.
The thing is, he's not meaning anything.
Yeah, he's not like inherently a bad person.
He's completely oblivious.
Yeah, that's an interesting character.
So, in this scenario, the male red panda is Solo. If you didn't catch that, and we are Retsuko.
I was flipping around saying that like, or thinking where you're going with this, like Han Solo is the female panda, the woman Retsuko, and then the male panda is Kira, like only just doing whatever.
What I was saying,
Kira legitimately is like, I'm going to use Han Solo for as much as I can, even though I still like him.
No, what I'm saying is Solo is the male red panda, and he's just kind of bland. But as fans, we want to accept it. We want to We want to say that it's the best thing ever.
No, it's okay. It's fine.
At the very end, she takes him to her special place, which is a karaoke lounge where she belts out death metal.
Dude, Japan actually has like karaoke lounges. Which
Yeah,
is awesome.
yeah.
I think it's awesome.
I wish we had them. I would go every night too. Not to blast death metal.
I'd go and watch you.
But anyways, she keeps the death metal part of herself a secret, but she opens up to him and she belts it out. And every single song, like there are specific songs written for that episode. Like whenever she belts out something about work, it's something about her boss or whatever. And so she's like screaming about him finally, like getting on her nerves, and like it ends with her like screaming at him, "You are bland."
That is funny. I need to watch this then.
Yeah, and then the other red panda is just like, "You are a good singer," and she's just like, we're done here. We're done here.
That's so sad.
And they just break it off there, and I love it.
So sad.
That is my relationship to Solo. I know this went on a bit longer than I wanted to, but that is my relationship. Not saying that I hate it.
But it's just like
It.
that's your relationship with Star Wars. I feel like now we're like
No, it's not.
that's probably mine with Star Wars now. No,
It's
it's
not
fine.
with
It's
Star
fine.
Wars.
Star Wars is still good and special. Han Solo comes out. It's fine.
Yeah. The
20
episode I'm talking about does take place kind of later on, but excuse me. But it's not like it doesn't say anything else about the other everything else that goes on.
Yeah.
So it's very slice of life. It's kind of like Seinfeld or whatever. You just kind of like
Yeah.
pop in. Oh yeah, that episode happens and pop back out. It's very slice of life.
All right, Trevor, 48 minutes. What did you think of Solo, A Star Wars Story?
That entire explanation.
What score would you give it?
Like out of 10?
Yeah, sure.
Out of 10. I'm gonna say 7.
I'd go for 7. 7 out of 10.
I liked it. I didn't love it, and it's not a horribly made movie. It's not a badly made movie. It's
not done poorly.
It's competent.
It's ooh.
It is
I
competent.
feel like an insult to a film. I feel like it's an insult, even though it probably is not. It's a very competent film.
Well, the thing is, incompetent films are something like The Room. Competent is something that
Is
It's
Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah, it's Solo's Star Wars story. Incompetent is let's compare it to another Star Wars episode 1.
Sure.
That's incompetent. He didn't know.
At least it was all new, different stuff.
Yeah,
instead of
but
more of the same.
he still didn't know why people liked Star Wars. He thought it was the
George
world's.
Lucas is a good idea man.
Yeah, he just needs.
He's not a good writer director.
He has ideas that go from here to here to there to down there.
much.
Which is why Lawrence Kasdan worked so well with him, because Lawrence Kasdan would okay, that's
All right,
a good
George,
idea.
bring that one back over here, George.
Okay, and
Well, George, I'll tell you what, that's a good idea, and we'll make that. Maybe not in this film, maybe not the next 2 films, but we'll make it.
yeah, but that's what he did. That's what Lawrence Kasdan did, which he was a writer for this movie, which kind of makes me sad, but still. And I'm
What
not
are you
saying
gonna do?
What are you gonna do? They can't all be winners. Again, I liked the
we
movie.
give Solo, A Star Wars Story a participation trophy.
Yeah, we're not saying an F. Okay, we're just saying a good.
We're saying a good C+.
A C+, yeah. C+.
Oh, goodness.
Last Jedi is an A. An A+. An A++.
Unless you're Ethan, which is a big F. A big F minus.
Honestly, Last Jedi is probably an A-.
I really like it. Anyway. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
51 minutes. And now, a word from this program's sponsor.
Somewhere Liquors is located in the Plaza Shopping Center across from Citizens Tri-County Bank. Their address is 1100 Smithville Highway, Suite 137 in McMinnville, Tennessee. Their business hours are 8 to 10 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 11 on Friday and Saturday, and 10 to 6 on Sunday. Their phone number is area code 931-304-8222. They feature a walk-in beer cave and have a wide selection of bourbons, whiskeys, vodkas, tequilas, and more. McMinnville's first liquor store is Somewhere Liquors.